How are you doing today?
A little bit better than that last week.
Yeah? How so?
My boyfriend really didn't do as much to make me jealous this week as he did last week, so.
Yeah? So what did he do differently this week then?
Well, he let me look at his phone and the text messages on his phone,
Mm-hmm.
so that I could kind of like watch everything that he was doing as opposed to him hiding his phone from me.
Okay. And is that a usual thing he does, is he hides his phone from you then?
I think so. Like, I'll be home and doing some stuff, and then he'll have his phone turned over. And, like, of course, as we talked about, like, that's something that's, like, a huge thing for me. Because I want to know who's texting him all the time, and who he's talking to, and what he's saying.
Yeah. So has he ever dishonored your trust in that way?
I mean, he's gotten secretive with his phone, and, like, he's just, like, had it close to his face like this before, and I've been like, who's texting you? And he's like, it's not your business.
Okay. So what goes through your mind then whenever he does do that?
Well, because of my past relationships, I've been cheated on before, and so, like, I think automatically, like, he's talking to another girl and doesn't want anything to do with me.
Yeah. Okay. So have you ever talked to him about this before?
Yeah, but then he's like, you're being crazy, you're always crazy, you're making this like a ridiculous thing, and it doesn't have to be, and then he yells at me, and then I yell at him, and then I cry, and then I run away.
So he calls you crazy?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you feel like when he says that to you?
I feel crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm never going to be good enough for him. I feel like he actually thinks I'm psychotic. And I'm not trying to be psychotic. I just want to know what he's doing all the time. Which sounds crazy.
No, not at all. So you said that you have been cheated on before, and so so what I'm hearing is because of that, it makes you not trust other people. Does it make you not trust your boyfriend specifically, or is it with other people as well?
I guess I've never really thought of it that way. But I mean, I don't really have like a lot of close friends, and he's like the only person in my life.
Yeah.
So I would just say it's him, but I don't have anybody else to compare him to. You know?
So I'm sure, so do you love him then?
Oh, I'm obsessed.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How long have you been together?
3 years.
3 years. Okay. So out of these 3 years then, you still feel like there's just some places where you don't trust him? Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, he moved in finally. It's been very slow, and then he finally moved in. I'm just like noticing some things and some behaviors, and he's like saying he wants alone time, but I don't want him to have alone time, which might also add to the crazy that he sees in me.
Yeah.
But I just like, I want to know what he's doing all the time. You know?
Okay. And so when you don't know what he's doing, what do you do? Do you freak out? What do you do?
Well, I react, I would say. I text him and I blow his phone up and I spiral out of control, which is what I'm noticing in my pattern is I just tend to catastrophize and spiral, and then I'm like, he's gonna leave me.
Yeah. Okay. So he hasn't left you, correct?
Right.
So he does love you. And do you feel that? Do you feel that he loves you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's trying to like adhere to what I want from him. I just think through these sessions, like I've learned like whatever I hold him to, it's never gonna be enough. Which sucks.
Yeah. And do you feel like there's any part of you that maybe longs for something else, or do you feel like this relationship is what you want and it is fulfilling in different areas and things?
I think as long, like, my love life, like, this is my person, and, like, this is what I want. But I just, like, I don't feel whole, you know? I feel kind of like there's something missing, but I don't know if it's him, you know?
Do you think it might stem from the whole trust issue thing? Is that why you feel like maybe you can't give yourself completely to this man?
Probably.
Yeah. So, what do you think? What would it look like if you were to able to trust him fully?
Well, I would in a perfect world, I don't think that I would look at his phone. Or, like, when doesn't text me back within 5 minutes, I think I would be able to just breathe and move on with my life. But it's so overwhelmingly, like, what is he doing? Why isn't he responding? He's with someone else.
Okay. So, going back to, you've been together for 3 years, which is incredible. You know, you guys are committed, it sounds like, in a great relationship. And so how could we make it better in the sense of helping you trust him more? How do you think you can do that in the sense of maybe not looking at his phone or something like that?
I mean, I guess, like, with all of this, it's just gonna take, like, a bunch of practice. But I just, like, I don't know what to do with my thoughts when, like, he has his phone and I want to know who he's texting. You know, like, I want to know everything he's saying. Like, what if he's talking bad about me? What if it is another girl? What if, you know, all of what I'm thinking is true and I'm getting duped this whole time?
So whenever you think of all of these what if questions, do you ever think of them in what ifs positively?
I don't think so.
No.
I would like to. It's so hard in that moment. It's like the blinders are on and I'm just like, everything's awful.
Tunnel vision. So maybe next time, maybe this week, we could see how that goes and maybe thinking it in a different way of thinking it, well, maybe it's not what I think it is in the negative sense. Maybe it's he's texting a friend just wanting to hang out and that's all that it is. What do you think about that?
I think that's something that I could try to do. I just, like, my heart pounds with, like, anxiety.
Yeah.
Because, like, that's hard for me to, like, trust someone that way, you know?
Yeah. I think it is scary to put your whole self towards another person. I think, you know, in a committed relationship, it's still difficult, even though you've been together for a long time. It's still that what if, you know, things do crash or something like that. But I think it would be good maybe to have you talked to him just in a normal conversation, not a reactive conversation, but in a just normal conversation, just being like, hey, I'm just worried about this. What do you think that would look like?
Well, first of all, I think that would be really uncomfortable for me and, like, very out of character.
Okay.
And I want to be able to do that. I just don't know if I'm capable.
And why is that?
Because I've just never done that before.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I always just, like, react. And then I freak out, and then, like, I almost, like, black out, and then it's, like, the whole conversation on text is blue with, like, me going on and on and on and on. And then I, like, finally calm down, and then I'm like, you did it again.
So a lot of these conversations are over text then?
Mostly, yeah. Because in person, it's just like, I love him, so it's like, he's there with me. And so it's easier to kind of understand what he's saying, and, like, of course I can see his phone, you know.
So since these conversations are through text, do you think a lot of times they get misconstrued because they're just words and it's not coming from you and he doesn't sense your tone or anything like that?
I mean, that's a possibility, but like you would think that someone knows you so much and so well that after 3 years he knows exactly how I'm texting and like the way that I am texting, and I would know how he's texting.
Mm-hmm. Do you think it's easier to text that than talk in person?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had the conversation in person?
I've tried to, but it always just results in tears.
And there's nothing wrong with tears. I think showing your emotion can be uncomfortable, but I think it shows that you care enough to show that emotion. What do you think?
I just like, it's such like a vulnerable feeling for me, and like such a new territory, and like I just wind up like sobbing and then looking more crazy, and then like my words don't come out because I'm just like, you know? It's just like, what?
So maybe just instead of texting it, you could maybe, maybe just taking a minute to breathe before you go into the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I think that is something that I could definitely like practice and like work on, is like not reacting and just like taking a deep breath and like doing that. But it's so much easier to like say it in these sessions as opposed to like in real life, you know? Like I learn all these tools and like it's so hard to carry that outside of here. You know, like if I get out of this session and he hasn't texted me, I'm gonna freak out. You know, and I don't want to.
So so if he doesn't text you back, you'll definitely freak out. Is that correct? Okay.
And I don't want to. Like I want to be like this woman who's like strong and independent and like loves myself for him.
Yeah.
But like, I also want to know what he's doing all the time.
And that's okay. You're not crazy, and I want you to know that. Don't feel yes, of course. Don't feel like everything that you're thinking is just wildly out of proportion and things like that. It's okay to think that, but I think it's because you're in a committed relationship to voice your concerns in a manner not accusing, but of concern and worry. I think that would be really good for you. What do you think?
I think that that's something that I could try to practice and do.
Okay.
I can't guarantee it will be done perfectly.
No, and it doesn't need to be done perfectly. We can go at baby steps. It's completely okay. I think that's how we learn and grow. It's gradual. Learning good habits. That's how we do it. And so what do you think is one small thing that we could do this week to maybe not feel so anxious and reactive?
Maybe breathe a little more and put the phone down. Yeah.
I think that would be good. Maybe spending quality time with your boyfriend and maybe saying, hey, like, let's just put our phones away. That could be something.
Yeah. I think I would really enjoy that.
Yeah. Awesome. Let's try that this week and meet back next week then. Sounds good?
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.